So we're here in Lochmacrory for Tyrone Volunteers Day. So we're here to remember many brave Republican men and women who gave their lives in the struggle for Irish freedom. And tonight in particular we're remembering the Drumnachilly martyrs. Many people here have fond memories of them, and many people of my generation will not have ever got a chance to meet them. But their legacy will continue to live through my generation and for further generations to come. So tonight's a night about remembering their legacy, and we wouldn't be where we are today without the sacrifices which they have given.
Shown Roll of Honour. Volunteer Dennis Quinn. Volunteer Hugh Heron. Volunteer John Patrick Mullen. Volunteer Eugene Devlin. Volunteer Kevin Kilpatrick. Volunteer Sean Lahern. Volunteer Patrick Carty. Volunteer Jared Glynn. Volunteer Seamus Harvey. Volunteer Daniel McAnallen. Volunteer Patrick Quinn. Volunteer Desmond Morgan. Volunteer Hugh Coney. Volunteer Jim McGinn. Volunteer Patrick MacDonald. Volunteer Kevin Murray. Volunteer Eugene Martin. Volunteer Sean McKierney. Volunteer Neil Laverty. Volunteer Paul Duffy. Volunteer Martin Houston. Volunteer Brian Campbell. Volunteer Colin McGurr. Volunteer William Price. Volunteer Charlie Breslin. Volunteer David Devine. Volunteer Michael Devine. Volunteer Jackie Arthurs. Volunteer Seamus Donnelly. Volunteer Tony Gormley. Volunteer Eugene Kelly. Volunteer Paddy Kelly. Volunteer Jim Lina. Volunteer Padraig McKierney. Volunteer Jerry O'Callaghan. Volunteer Seamus Woods. Volunteer Brian Mullen. Volunteer Jared Hart. Volunteer Martin Hart. Volunteer James Joseph Conley. Volunteer Liam Ryan. Volunteer Jesse Brew. Volunteer Martin Cahy. Volunteer Noel Wilkinson. Volunteer John Quinn. Volunteer Malcolm Nugent. Volunteer Dwayne O'Donnell. Volunteer Tony Doris. Volunteer Lawrence McNally. Volunteer Pete Ryan. Volunteer Danny McCauley. Volunteer Sean O'Farrell. Volunteer Kevin Barry O'Donnell. Volunteer Patrick Vincent. Volunteer Peter Clancy. Sinn Féin. Jeff McKenna. Tommy Casey. Patrick O'Shanahan. Fianna Aaron. Tobias Malloy.
On that Tuesday fair, the volunteers left. Gerald Hart was in command, with Brother Martin and Brian Mullen. They spotted an enemy band. They headed down that country road so hilly, but the SAS in the ditches lay on the road at Drumnachilly. Oh, England, go away from us and leave us all alone. You have murdered 3 brave volunteers, to the finest in Tyrone. Oh, the war is not yet over, for us it's only started, and we'll make you pay for the day you slay the Drumnachilly martyrs. And when the firing started, they riddled their kyar with lead, and they finished them all one by one with a bullet through the head. The guns, they were silent now for a moment, silence reigned, and Jared and Martin, along with Brian, were in God's hands once again. Oh, England, go away from us and leave us all alone. You have murdered 3 brave volunteers, the finest in Tyrone. The war is not yet over, for us it's it's only started. And we'll make you pay for the day you slayed the drum that killed the martyr. The hills of Tyrone are quiet now, our wounds are deep and sore, and the Gaelic fields where once you played won't be the same no more. The land around by Formas, Brian Mullen was in his glory. He won't see again no Jared or Brian, the hills of Loch Macrory. Oh England, go away from us and leave us all alone. You have murdered 3 brave volunteers, you're the finest in Tyrone. The war is not yet over, for us it's only started. And we'll make you pay for the day you slayed the drum that killed the martyr. We'll make you pay for the day you slayed the drum that killed the martyr.
Ladies and gentlemen, everybody present here this evening, just on behalf of the family, I want to say a huge thank you for everybody who attended the function here this evening. It's incredible to think that 30 years on, that crowds like this will still be showing up to show their support for the families and to remember Jared and Martin and Brian. I think a big shout has to go out to Loch Macrory St. Teresa's Football Club, who from 30 years ago, every single year, are there to support the families in Loch Macrory here. So a big round of applause for the Loch Macrory St. Teresa's. There's so many people that we could thank, and when you start thanking people, you're obviously going to leave somebody out, but just to say a huge thank you to all of our elected representatives who worked so very, very hard for all of us throughout the years. Congratulations to all of you, and a big round for all of them here behind me here who do such a great job. A special word as well for the colour party who are in front of us here, and didn't they do a great job as well? And to the Loch Macrory band right behind us here, been around for years and years and years, still going strong, did a wonderful job tonight. Congratulations. I just wanted to say a big thank you to my immediate family and to the Mullen family as well for all of their support over the years. It's not that easy being away from home and keeping things going, but we always try to stay in touch with the locals here in the local neighbourhood, and I just wanted to say to my own family and to a big thank you for everything that you've done for me, being 3,000 miles away, should I say, from home. It's been great to come back here tonight to Loch Macrory to such a great celebration. Thank you all again. Gramia Meabit.
It's a huge honour to be asked to speak here this evening, not only to commemorate the 30th anniversary of the Drumnachilly martyrs, volunteers Brian Mullen, Gerard Hart and Martin Hart, but also to commemorate all Tyrone volunteers who died on active service on this Tyrone Volunteers Day. 30 years ago, County Tyrone was a political and military battlefield. The Brits attempted to criminalise the struggle, intimidate and harass the people, and wipe out the IRA. But the volunteers of County Tyrone were never beaten by the Brits. Never beaten thanks to their own valour and thanks to the Republican people of County Tyrone. The people of Tyrone were harassed and intimidated, but they stood by the struggle. They stood by the IRA volunteers and they defied British rule. And they were right, absolutely right. I would also like to extend solidarity and gratitude to all the families of our fallen IRA volunteers. Your suffering will not be forgotten as we move forward to achieve justice, equality, and Irish reunification. On a personal note, I would like to say that in the 20 years that I was in West Tyrone as an MLA, MP and Sinn Féin member, I met many, many good Republican people. But the dignity and forbearance of volunteers Martin and Gerard Hart's mother, Winnie, God rest her, and volunteer Brian Mullen's mother, Sissy, always inspired me. They were strong, dignified Republican women who were an inspiration to me and many others like me. Volunteers Martin and Gerard Hart and volunteer Brian Mullen, like all other fallen County Tyrone volunteers, were very much part of the local community and their local GAA clubs. And I am sure they would be very proud of the massive developments in their local community and in their local GAA clubs in recent years. Our opponents often say that we have no right to commemorate our patriot dead. We Republicans have a different view. Not only do we have a right, but we have a duty to commemorate our patriot dead. Gerard, Martin and Brian and all the other fallen volunteers were heroes. They showed a passion for freedom and an ability and spirit to achieve that. I see that same passion, spirit and ability in our young Republican people today. The cry for freedom is getting stronger and Sinn Féin is also getting stronger. The present political situation of Brexit, Tory rule and DUP arrogance creates big challenges but also big opportunities. We must stay united and focused while politics is in a flux. If we do that, we can bring about a 32 county united Ireland based on equality and justice. That remains the unfinished business. Chucky Arla.